Today is a good day because I'm getting more and more reports of people every single day, especially today, tons of emails today from people who were funded in their $10,000 targeted EIDL advances, like money in your account and a ton more approvals besides that. So things are, that backlog seems to finally, that log jam seems to finally be getting unjammed, and more people are getting deposits into their bank account. So we're going to discuss what you can expect there if you're still as part of the process there. Also, the EIDL loan increase process seems to be moving forward slowly but surely, and we're going to break that down as well as to what you can expect, like with the next emails and things like that. And the $5,000 top-up grants will be coming soon as well. So that brings your targeted advance from $10,000 all the way up to potentially $15,000. That's going to be actually coming out very soon as well. So first off, let's take a look at the SBA Targeted EIDL Advance approvals. This is what the golden email will look like. Your SBA Targeted EIDL Advance is approved. Your Targeted EIDL Advance application number has been approved in the amount of $9,000, or whatever the difference is between what you received and $10,000. If you already received $2,000, you'd be getting $8,000. So this person received $9,000. The SBA will make an ACH deposit to the bank account you provided in your application. As a reminder, the targeted EIDL advance does not need to be paid. I mean, is there a better end to a sentence than that? Does not need to be repaid. So this is absolutely massive. And like I said, I've probably received 10 emails just today screenshotting this, and just people are like, oh, success. We're finally here. This person specifically said that they received the targeted EIDL advance email invite, so many words, invite about February 24th. So there was a long run. I mean, we're talking almost 2 months between the application date and actually receiving funding here. Of course, that 21-day thing, that's completely out the window. So almost 2 months in order to receive that $9,000 deposit. But hey, $9,000 is here, and chances are, as long as you applied and you hit those eligibility criteria of being in a low income area, certifying the reduction of 30% or more in your gross receipts, and having 300 or fewer employees, you should be receiving this because the funding is still there. There's not a huge rush as far as funding goes, and people are being paid. This is just, it's so exciting to finally kind of feel the relief of people starting to get payments here. And this should also be updated within your portal as well. If you were to log in, it should say that $9,000 figure or $8,000 figure in a green box on your portal as well once you are completely approved. Now, moving on from here, we have the increase in the EIDL loan, bumping that up from 6 months of working capital to 24 months of working capital. In order to apply for this, you had to send an email to the SBA, and you just had to put some basic information about yourself, your application number, things like that in the email, and they were going to process this and request some additional information, and you'd be able to apply and get approved for a much larger EIDL loan. And this is what the return email is going to look like there. So we have reviewed your request for an increase in the above referenced disaster loan. At this time, we're unable to complete the evaluation of your request until the following information is provided. Include a complete copy, including all schedules of the most recently filed federal tax return for the business. Have an IRS tax form 4506T, which is just a transcript of the exact same thing, just directly from the IRS, and you're good to go. So we know with that information, it seems like you're likely just going to have to provide your tax return, and you'll pretty much be good to go as far as your request goes. And this is because on your tax return, they're going to be able to do some calculations on their end. We still don't know, is everyone going to be approved for this as long as they have some operational expenses? We don't know who's going to be declined and why. They should be telling you why you get declined if you do, but it seems like it's kind of like a blanket request this. As long as you're not like a fraudulent business, you should be approved. Now, when you can actually expect to receive this increased EIDL loan amount, we're not 100% sure. I wouldn't bank on this happening anytime in this week or the next week or even the week after that. I would probably bank on this happening 5, 6, 7 weeks from now before you actually receive the deposit of your increased loan amount. And there probably will be some additional documents that you have to DocuSign as well in order to, approve that funding. So I'm going to keep my ear to the ground on that and see when exactly people are approved and funded with the EIDL loan. If you are funded, make sure to send me an email of that with some screenshots if you can. That way I can provide that value to other people who are watching as well. And then the next piece of this is just a good news day. The next piece of good news for today is, again, the SBA is projecting that by the end of April, they're going to open up that $5,000 supplemental targeted advance program. Now, this is going to make you eligible for potentially up to $15,000 in a completely free grant. You do not have to pay it back. Now, the SBA did say that just bear in mind that this program is only funded with $5 billion. So at $5,000 per supplemental targeted advance, that's only 1 million businesses, which is only about like 30% of the total businesses who have applied in some way for the EIDL program. So this is going to be limited to invite only, similar to that first targeted advance. They'll very likely send you an email, probably from that targeted EIDL advance email like they did the first time around. And they're going to have an additional application process. It seems like this will happen through a portal as well. It won't be like a send in an email to the specific email address like the loan increase. There's probably going to be a portal that you log in, and you're just going to have to certify a little bit further that you're on the most narrow part of this funnel. Because first we had the $1,000 per employee, and then we have the top up to $10,000 as long as you hit those 3 criteria. And then we have even more criteria for the targeted supplemental EIDL advance. Way too many words in the title. But in order to reach that criteria, all you need to do is be located in the low income community, the low income census tract. You can check out the SBA website to make sure that you're in that. If you're watching this, you probably know whether you are or not. Also, this is crazy, but I was just looking at that map for my business. I could literally go outside of my office, grab a rock, and throw it into the low income census tract from where my business is located. It's ridiculous. And also where my business is located, it's like in this square, and it's literally surrounded on, 75% of the sides are surrounded by low income area. And like I said, I could throw a rock into the low income area from the parking lot. It's kind of frustrating, but whatever, that's how the systems work. So the low income area, then you have to have suffered a economic loss of greater than 50%. So the target advance was 30%. Now it's 50% for the supplemental, the additional $5,000. And this is still comparing the 8-week to 8-week basis. And the way you're going to certify this is very likely with bank statements or P&L or something like that, the same way that you would have certified that 30% reduction. It's just a little bit more reduction. And then also you have to have 10 or fewer employees as opposed to 300. And I know most people hit that criteria as well. And as long as you hit all that criteria, you should be able to get that additional $5,000. Now, the SBA has also said that if you didn't get an invite and get approved for the targeted EIDL advance, the $10,000 one, you're probably not going to get an invite for the $5,000 one. I mean, if you're still processing, I wouldn't worry as long as you hit that other eligibility criteria. But if you're in a high income area, or for whatever reason you got declined for the targeted EIDL advance, you're very, very unlikely to receive the $5,000 advance because of that whole funnel system. So just all in all, it's good to be able to present good news. I'm really excited about this. We got 3 major changes. People are receiving those $10,000 advances in just boatloads. The $5,000 supplemental advance is coming probably within the next month, and then probably paid out 45 days after that or so. But we'll go over that bridge when it comes. And the EIDL loan increase emails are starting to be sent out. That way they can start to be processed and then start to be funded, which again is probably months out before they're actually funded. So that's really going to do it for today. The good news day. Make sure you check out the link in the description for Webull, where if you deposit $100, you'll get 2 free stocks. Completely free. You don't even have to spend the $100. It's an awesome deal. Plus, they will send me a free stock just as a thank you. So you'll be helping out this channel as well. And yeah, that's going to do it for today. I would like to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a profitable day.